For more on the expansion, I'm joined by Robert Kokonis. He's an aviation industry expert and the founder and managing director of aviation consulting firm AirTrav. Robert, airlines have come and go out of Monroe. Is Porter going to be different?
Well, I think time will tell in the airline market. It's not for the faint of heart, and it's a tough business to make money in. But I think the community, first and foremost, has to rally behind this new service. We saw Swoop reintegrated into WestJet. We saw recently news that Play, which flies Iceland, will stop their service in several months. And we also had Lynx, low-cost carrier, go out of business. So I think we need to rally behind this service. But Porter is not a discount carrier that we've typically seen in Hamilton. They're a value-add, all economy class, but they've got a lot of bells and whistles, a value-add service, and I think it's the right type of airline for Hamilton as well. Their aircraft size a little bit smaller, still a jet, but a bit smaller than that what we'd be used to with some of the discount players. So I think it's the right place at the right time.
Porter's already talking about adding more routes eventually coming out of Hamilton. Do you think the demand is there for even more cities added to Porter's destinations?
So as you heard in the report, so we're looking at daily service to Vancouver, Edmonton, 6 days a week to Calgary, daily to Halifax. It's just shy of 3,600 available seats per week. There's no reason in the world that Hamilton, look, they've got almost 800,000 people in our urban market. There's no reason in the world we can't fill those seats and fill them profitably. As far as Porter mentioning that they might be adding further destinations this fall, I think it's great news. There's a big pent-up demand. People in this region are tired of having to perpetually go down the highway to the Pearson Airport, unless they've got a big global journey. But this mix of routes that Porter's bringing in, I think is the right place, right time. So I think, yes, we can support additional service beyond whatever routes are being put on now.
Because you can often go into Monroe and the passenger terminal is fairly empty because there's not a lot of flights coming in and out. Do you think that this airport's underutilized in our community?
Well, we know that Hamilton is the third busiest cargo airport in Canada, and that's great. And we play a great role in the logistics chain across the country into international destinations, for example, where cargo jet flies to. But we're severely underutilized from a passenger standpoint. So having Porter coming in with their new jet, great service. They've got a frequent flyer program. They just signed a deal with BMO on a new co-brand credit card. Great reputation for service. So again, let's get behind this Porter. And I'm somewhat biased. I traveled 150,000 kilometers by air last year, but my hometown is in the Hamilton region. So I think it's great that they're here. Some people in the past have criticized the Hamilton market, that previous carriers that have tried to make it go over here, what we call yield or average pricing, a little bit weak in this marketplace. But I think that's a story from years ago. The Hamilton market, the city has diversified their economic base, medical, education, research and development, and I think Porter, with their value-add type of service, is here to tap that kind of clientele. So I think that's good for Porter, and Porter's good for the community as well.
What do you think this deal means for the economy here in Hamilton, for the people of Hamilton?
Exceptionally strong economic impact. When we say impact, we're talking about economic output. We're talking about gross domestic product, or GDP, labor income, jobs, and that's great. So whether you're working for the city's economic development department, trying to attract new businesses to Hamilton, or in the tourism department, I think all these things go into their toolkit to attract additional business and tourists to the greater Hamilton area. So it couldn't have come at a better time. But again, this summer, for all the viewers, let's get behind this service and support it to the max.
All right, that's Robert Kokonis. He's an airline industry expert. Robert, thanks for joining us on the desk. Appreciate it. All right.